Ooh.
There's fish. That one can be high.
Nice one, nice one.
There we go.
I've got the crew from T-Bone Guide Service with me, my good friend Chris Taurisano and Andy Schiera, and it is summertime, which is awesome. Now, Chris, what are we gonna fish today?
We're gonna get out and fish some secondary breaks. Maybe some open water. The bigger fish are probably out there. I think there's some fish in the weeds, but I think there's smaller fish in tight, and I think we're gonna move out and look for those right fish.
Awesome, I like the right fish. I like getting the right fish. Andy, what kind of baits are we gonna fish today?
Some loud, obnoxiously colored stagger bucktails and some heavy rubber.
That's good. It is summertime, so let's get after it.
The Muskie Hunter, brought to you by Yeti Coolers, Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, Ontario, Canada, Shimano, Power Pro, Mercury Outboards, Ranger Boats, Motor Guide, Muskie Frenzy Lures, and Chaos Tackle.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
As muskie anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Skix is available with two-piece, saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck, and are designed to handle any muskie lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these. It is early, and these two guys always get me up early when we're fishing, but when you're fishing these pressured waters, you gotta be on the water at first light or as close to that as possible because you always get some type of bite. Now, Chris, what type of spot are we fishing out here? Describe this scenario to me.
So basically we're on the secondary breaks now. There's midsummer here, there's weeds up, and I think there's gonna be some fish in the weeds, but I think the fish in the weeds are a little bit smaller fish right now. So we're going after some of the bigger fish, and we're sitting on those secondary breaks.
So just kind of out from the break line, out from the weeds a little bit where there's bait scattered out here.
Exactly, yeah. We're marking some bait on the locator, so we know that there's some shad out here. And I feel like some of these bigger fish are gonna be sitting off that secondary break, and with throwing some medusas and some bucktails, I think we're gonna encounter a good amount of them today.
I'm in.
Oh, here's one. Ooh, fish. Yeah, buddy.
Nice, Jim.
Nice job, bud. That's
On
where
that
you start.
blade.
Fine figure eight, man. You gotta love it. Yes, sir. That was awesome.
Nice work, Jim. Right.
That's the way to start it off.
Oh, that was awesome.
That was cool.
All right.
Nice.
Love. Beautiful boat side strike. Yeah,
Good fish.
that is awesome. Awesome, awesome fish. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanks for saying hi this
Pretty
Yeah.
work, pretty work.
Line figure eight. You just gotta be loyal to the figure eights in open water.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for
Big
playing,
part
Mama.
of the game.
Thanks for playing.
Few more, boys. Few more.
Out here fishing this outer edge. I'm slow rolling a bucktail, and I've got a Muskie Frenzy 8-9 stagger blade. It's got two different blades out here. And what I'm doing is I'm throwing it out and I'm just fishing it slow. We're out from the weed edge around the bait that's out here. So the key is you bomb it out there. I'm using this 9.5-foot Schicks to make a super long cast, and I am just slow cranking it in. No hurry, just nice and easy. I want to get that bait down there 5, 6, 7 foot if I can, just by going really, really slowly. And every now and then I may give it a little burst, but generally you want this thing slow, nice and easy to get down near the bait. And when I come up to the boat side, like I would any other time, I'm just using a great big figure eight, trying to keep the bait down, and I'm watching deep to see what's happening down behind the bait. So if you're in a situation where you're fishing out from the cover and you're mixing it up, believe me, never underestimate the ability to catch them on a bucktail in open water. So Andy, we got this nice wind pounding in this weed flat, even though we're fishing off the break. Do you like to fish kind of the windy side, or do you fish kind of the calmer side too, depending, or the whole thing, you know, being the fact that you guide out here? I mean, how do you think these fish kind of get impacted by this wind on the break?
With all the bloom we've been having the last few days and temperature, I think this wind's gonna jam all the bait and filter feeders in here, Jim. And when we get done with the real windblown stuff, we'll go take a look at the stuff that's a little bit more protected on the opposing side of the lake. But typically when it's over 70 degrees, we find the more active fish to be in the warmer windblown water. So eventually we'll fish it all, but we'll start here. Windblown for sure.
All right. Andy, can you net him?
Got her. Nice work, Chris.
Yeah.
On the
Oh,
board.
never mind. I got one.
Never mind. My bobber went down.
My float's under.
Let me give him some line, Chris.
Yeah.
Maybe? I don't know what that is.
Jeez Louise.
Are you a guide?
I fish once in a while.
Pretty work, Chris, pretty work.
He didn't hit very hard. There you go. Pretty dude.
Nice fish, Chris.
Chunky
Beauty.
feller.
Oh, good.
All right.
Drop her in.
You're going back home. Woo, hello.
Nice.
All right. Go ahead. No one's going to stop you.
As muskie hunters, we all fish large, soft plastics. They become a mainstay in our arsenal. But to fish them effectively, you need the right equipment. Now, I use 2 Shimano rods. I use this 9-foot extra heavy for all my big soft plastic applications. However, when I need to fish in the summer and I want to keep the bait high in the water column or fish it extra fast, I use the Tranx 500, the high-speed Tranx 500, because it picks up tons of line. I can really work the lure very fast, very effective to trigger strikes in summer. Now in fall, I use the same 9-foot extra heavy Tranx. However, I use this Tranx 400 with the 5/8 to 1 gear ratio with the regular paddle handle, so it's a slower presentation. By having the smaller reel with the slower gear ratio, I can take the lure and run it deeper, much easier. So in fall conditions or in tough post-frontal conditions, when the fish are maybe off and I gotta let that bait fall more between pauses, I use the 400. In summer, when it's really imperative to go fast and you wanna run the bait high, that's when I'll run the Tranx 500. Having the right equipment for fishing those soft plastics is the key to getting bit.
The great beyond, the great below, the mystery of the unseen and the unknown. With a rod and a reel and and the spirit of adventure that hangs in the salty air. To find and to fight. It's with that spirit that we design our product at Worldwide Sportsman. It's up to you to put it to the test.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
As muskie anglers, we all plan, prepare, and are consumed in the pursuit of a trophy muskie. Schiera is available with two-piece saltwater-tested tough technology for easy storage in your boat or truck and are designed to handle any muskie lure. You can be assured you're backed by precision Shimano technology. If you fish for skis, you need these.
Introducing the all-new Tour Series, the only true cable steered trolling motor with GPS anchor. With the impact breakaway and rugged metal outer column you need, the Zero Flex metal foot pedal you want, and traditional cables that provide smooth, responsive steering. All built with the industry's most powerful lift assist system, truly universal high-definition integrated sonar imaging, and the industry's most accurate pinpoint GPS anchor. Now that's tournament grade. That's Motor Guide Tour.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery, the incredible wildlife, the endless sunsets, and the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest muskie waters in the world, and giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where muskie dreams come true.
Michael Floyd from Auburn, Washington, caught and released this 47.5-inch tiger muskie from Merwin Reservoir in Washington. I know you've been guiding forever, it seems like, out here. And the cool thing about Illinois is there's no closed muskie season, so you could fish them all year round. But so when do you start and when do you usually finish?
It's a good question, you know. Being that there is no close season, we start typically in April. You know, April we can get a bite going. You know, we get some of those pre-spawn fish, and they can be a little hit or miss at times. But April it could be fine. And then, you know, we go until we're bouncing off of ice, really. You know, I mean, there's a good late season bite at times. Some of the fish are heavier at that time, so if we're gonna get, you know, maybe a state record or something, we always like to be fishing late into the season. You know, but we also do everything else, you know. We do walleyes, we do crappies, we do ice fishing. You know, we're out here 300 plus days a year, so
That's a lot.
There's a lot of fishing going on. Oh, there he is. Look at him.
Yeah, he's still there.
She's gonna eat it.
I still see him. He's still behind it.
Oh yeah.
They picked up a speed there. We like that.
Yeah. That's what they've been doing, dude. They've just been nosing it, I think. Because you obviously see me set the hook for a second. I think he just came up and nosed it and
Just bumped it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Probably the end of it.
He was just sitting there like ready to take it out of the water and he smoked it.
Oh,
That
I did a figure 8.
Okay.
And I had it just sitting there, and I looked out, and all of a sudden there's this bam!
Right.
Whenever we're fishing edges or open water, one of my favorite tools is the medusa. Instead of just covering surface area, I like to cover some of the volume of the water. So what we're doing, throwing these out, and just kind of giving it pulls. Really, there's really no wrong way to use this bait, which is the beauty of it. But I'm also covering a lot of volume. Every time I pull like this, I'm covering 3, 4, 5 feet of the volume of this, of the water. There's been a lot of big fish attached to the end of these medusas in the past for us. One of my favorite tools.
So we fished a large portion of the break line out here and seen where some baits set up and had a couple follows. And now, rather than fishing a big, large area, we've kind of shortened it up into shorter stretches, using our electronics with waypoints and everything. Rather than making a big, giant, large drift, now we're into like 2 or 3 smaller areas. We're gonna make multiple passes through there because that's where the fish are located. So like anywhere else, once you get a group of fish located, even in open water or in a break line like this, you go back and fish it again and again and again.
Ooh, there's fish.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Good one, Chris. Yeah!
Yes, nice job.
Pretty work.
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
just made a bomb cast and you got nice. Very nice.
That's a nice one.
44.
On the
Yeah, that's a nice
Deusa.
one.
That was an awesome eat.
That was a cool eat. Nice on the Deusa.
Oh, boat
Sweet.
side strike. That was
Gotta
awesome.
love it.
Great
Gotta love
eat.
it.
Nice.
Beauty.
Look at that. Yeah.
Beauty.
I think it's a little bigger than we thought.
Yeah.
44, 5?
Yeah.
44,
somewhere.
45 inches.
I'd
Nice
say.
fish. Really
Gorgeous.
nice.
Hey, sweetheart.
Bye, Mama.
If you want to catch more muskies on bucktails, you have to adapt to the light conditions. Every single day as the sun sets and things get darker, you need to change blade colors. Let's say during the day, you're fishing nickel blades or copper blades and catching muskies. 2 great colors to catch them. In the evening, as the sun sets, the chartreuse blades or the orange blades become much more visible and they're much more effective. So on any given day when I'm out muskie fishing, if I'm catching them on nickel blades or copper blades during the day, I'm getting in that last hour of light, I take that off, I put on a blade with a chartreuse or an orange color blade, and that's how I catch them.
Tracker Off-Road, built for the most adventurous riders. For making the hard jobs easy. For the love of fishing. For the passion of hunting. For exploring the outdoors. The all-new Tracker 450. Value-packed 4-wheel drive starting at $57.99 plus freight. And the 800SX starting at $11,999 plus freight. Tracker Off-Road, built for the love of country.
Ontario, Canada. The breathtaking scenery. The incredible wildlife. The endless sunsets. And the muskies. Ontario, Canada is home to the greatest muskie waters in the world. And giant muskies are awaiting your next cast. Ontario, Canada, where muskie dreams come true.
Out here, you need a ride you can depend on. and strength you can rely on. You need a boat that tackles the elements and handles the tackle. You need the quality and peace of mind only one brand delivers, the all-new Ranger FS Pro. It's raising the bar with more brains, more brawn, and more bragging rights. The Ranger FS Pro Series, technology that makes waves, strength that crushes them.
At Mercury, we invested thousands of hours of engineering manpower so you can enjoy hours and hours of untapped horsepower. The V6 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly. At Mercury, there are no limits to what we'll do to make sure you have no limits either. The V8 Mercury Pro XS. Light, quick, efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
It's time for the Yeti Tough Moment. In summer, when fishing pressured waters, locating muskies is not just about fishing cover, but often searching beyond the edge. Jim, Chris, and Andy focused on large basin areas with schools of bait located outside the weeds. As the day progressed, the bait became more concentrated in one area of the basin. They dissected the area, mixed up presentations, and boated several muskies. Now that's Yeti Tough.
So Jim and Chris are throwing in. A lot of times the guy in the back of the boat has an advantage more than everyone else. He's got side imaging rolling, and occasionally you can convert into the bag. So I'm trying to do just that, looking in, occasionally throwing out at some fish too, and trying to pick up anything they leave behind for me. Got one.
Here we go.
See him.
Nice and easy, Andrew.
Coming up. No, came down.
He's coming up.
There we go.
Yeah. All right.
My man. Thank you for showing up, sir.
No problem, dude. You guys been cleaning house on me.
Nice.
Good job, Andy.
Thanks, dude. Got
Right.
one throwing out, finally. Good one, too.
Nice fish, Andy.
Yeah, nice chunky one.
Nice.
All right, we'll get her back in. It's nice and warm today.
Shad-eating muskies.
Yeah, nice fish.
Wow, she didn't waste anything.
There you
huh?
go, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Bye, Mama.
See ya.
Woo! Seeing a lot of fish outbound on our side imaging here, looking starboard. So what we're doing is we're taking and back casting it with a reg size hot perch, letting it get down a little bit towards that cover. There's some deep weeds, so we're giving it a good 5 or 6 count. Starting some nice long vertical sweeps. Really get those tails pumping and try to keep it in that fish's zone a little bit longer. And as we work it up towards the boat here, we've just been having some fish with about 10 feet of line out just come up and absolutely go suicidal on it. So again, just kind of pitching it back 30, 40 feet, given that's where your fish is at. Count it down, open spool for a 5, 6 count. Just start sweeping it back up and in. Works a little bit more erratically this way. Sometimes your bait will barrel roll and hang a little bit longer. Just looks a little bit different than every other guy out ripping them. Tough conditions, mix it up a bit.
One thing I've seen so far is that there have been a few crazy flurry actions that have been great, and there have been periods of dead, brutal sun, and you kind of get beat up. And you know, you get 1 or 2 areas here where there's a concentration of fish. We keep going back, we get some action, thinking, oh, we got it going, and then it's just dead. And then all of a sudden, a flurry again, and you just kind of grind it out in those conditions, Chris. I mean, you know, you do this every day, and I'm sure that's what you think.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, sometimes you've established a pattern, you know what the pattern is. Being out here every day, you know what's going on, and you got to believe in that pattern, you know, and not just take off and be like, well, let's try something else. I mean, you have to be versatile as a fisherman, but at the same time, believe in the pattern that you've established and that you've found. And sometimes it's not necessarily you're doing something wrong, it's more timing. It's just being relaxed and keep fishing. It's musky fishing. You know, if this was something else, walleye fishing or something, I'd say, all right, we're not catching fish, let's move on. But musky fishing, sometimes you just have to stick with it. That's what we're doing. We're gonna keep coming back over these spots. We're gonna hopefully keep catching fish on them. Come on, 50.
Yeah. Bam.
Oh,
Fish. Yeah.
fish!
Coming around port.
Coming around port. Yep.
We marked her on side imaging.
Nice fish.
Yes.
Nice work.
Nice work.
All right.
Nice fish, Andy.
Thanks, dude.
So what happened there with that one, Andy?
I forgot to call it out. She was just kind of on there.
On the side imaging, you saw him?
Yeah, no, I flipped it back to her about 20 feet of line out, and I hit it, touched bottom once, ripped it up, and she came and crushed it.
Boom. And done. Just like that, Mr. Medusa.
Hot perch, hot again.
Nice job, Andy.
Thanks, Jim. Pretty mama here.
Get the background noise too. Everyone's impressed with that girl.
Hang on, mama, hang on.
There she
You got a
is.
crowd watching you, Andy.
Yeah.
Spectator musky fishing. But
Nicely
that's a
done,
beautiful
sir.
fish.
Hardware in
Nicely
there.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that one. Nice.
Thanks, mama. Nice and warm. We're gonna get her back.
She's not digging.
See ya.
Thank you, baby.
Nice. Beautiful.
All right.
In summertime, if the muskies are not on the weed line, pull out and fish the break line. Fish big blades, fish big rubber, and you can catch them. And if you're fishing on the fox chain, you gotta fish with these guys from T-Bone Guide Service. Join us next week for the Big Fish Adventure on the Muskie Hunter.
Here's one. Ooh, fish. There we go.
Nice. Yes!
Nice work.
Yeah!
Yeah, buddy.
Nice.
Beautiful both side strike.
The Muskie Hunter has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Are you a guide?
I fish once in a while.
Pretty work, Chris. Pretty work.
Now you're making me look like I know what I'm doing, fish.
Hi, I'll pet you.
All right, all right.
I want to get pet
See you
by a
later.
celebrity.
Muskie petting zoo out here
Yeah.
today.
Spectator muskie fishing.
Nicely
That's a
done,
beautiful
sir.
fish.
Hardware.
Oh!
That was awesome. Please tell me you got that.
Awesome.